Welcome everyone, this is Talking Pigskin returning for the 5th season. I know I've been gone for a while, I haven't been back since Super Bowl pick, but a lot has happened. But rest assured, I'm back and I'll be doing videos from this point now. So, one of the first things we gotta do before the season starts is we gotta preview the NFL season. So this year, similar to last year, we're gonna have another COVID protocol situation going on, but this year the rules are 10 times harsher than last year. Because there was no vaccine available at the time when the 2020 season kicked off, players just, were at COVID's mercy. If they were to catch it, it is what it is. You can't do nothing much about it. But now that there's a vaccine available, and some teams are taking advantage of that, and some teams are 100% fully vaccinated, they have nothing to worry about. But the biggest rule that we have to talk about is the NFL will ask the teams who have a COVID breakout to forfeit each game. Now that's going to be interesting to watch moving forward. Teams with low vaccination rates are going to have to really think about if they want to keep that certain individual player on the team, just because he can become a detriment to the team. Nothing personal here, just look at what Bill Belichick did with Cam Newton. You got to do what's best for your team. You can't forfeit games, and that's the biggest rule the NFL has implemented this year. My personal take on it is good. There's a vaccine available, take it. Or don't put anyone else in jeopardy. These players got wives and families to go back to, and kids and all that. So you can't just because you wanna stand out and refuse to take the vaccine, you can't put the rest of the team in jeopardy, especially when it comes to losing a game. So it's all good. Good job with the NFL for putting that rule in place. Also, this is the first season we'll have 17-game season. So this is gonna be interesting because we only had 3 preseason games. Granted, last year there was no preseason, but this year you had 3. The 17th game, let's see how meaningful it really will be. Now, I haven't fully looked at the schedule for week 18 this year. It should be, I believe it still is, divisional games. It should still be very, important for all teams, even though some of them may have clinched by the time, but still, it should be a divisional game. It should be important to them. But 17 games are going to be fun to watch. Now, were we going to see this continue? Most likely, but we'll see how the NFLPA reacts, because it is a lot. It's an extra full 60-minute game you're asking these players to go through, so we shall see. Also, the second year where the first seed with teams will have a bye week, and the remaining teams, the 6 other teams, will be playing on wildcard weekend. Loved their rule last year, and then I'm gonna love it this year even more. Let's see. Now let's start with my surprise team of 2021, and look no further than out west. And not the LA Rams, I'm looking at the LA Chargers. Yes, I know it is way out of line, but Justin Herbert showed us something last season that we weren't really expecting. When you pair that up with Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, that entire arsenal is very good. Defensively, they have Joey Bosa, they have some decent pieces around him. They might not be as good because Melvin Ingram is no longer there, who was scheduled to be my best defensive player last year, but things didn't pan out that way. But the Chargers are looking strong again, and I think Justin Herbert will take the next step, and I think they will challenge the Kansas City Chiefs for the AFC West crown. Although they'll come up short, but I definitely see them in the playoffs, and we'll see if they make a run or not. My disappointment of the year, I'm staying in the AFC, and I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens for myriad reasons. Last year, I picked the Ravens to go all the way, and at least Lamar will win playoff games. Sure enough, he did win one game. But then, he didn't because he fell back to his old ways. It is just hard for Lamar to just stand in the pocket and deliver. He just can't do that. I don't know how long it will last in the league. Regular season is fine, but the Ravens, honestly, I think they're going to take a step back this year. Their offense aren't as strong, especially now with J.K. Dobbins out for a season. I don't know how well they're going to be. It's just going to be tough with them, and I think this is the year that the Ravens drop off, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns will be much better than them. Next, we have the Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going to give this to Derrick Henry. Again, this guy is an animal. We've seen what he did to Josh Norman last year. And he's an absolutely beast of a player. And the Titans also have Julio Jones now, so it's going to open up the running holes for him even more. Ryan Tannehill should have a good season with him, but Derrick Henry is going to be the one to watch for me. The Defensive Player of the Year for me will be someone who the Steelers currently is not paying, is T.J. Watt. Why did I say that? Because he was the sack leader last season. He had a great season. under the radar because, you know, everyone talks about JJ but not enough about TJ. But I think this year teams will plan against him, and you know, you will see a different version of TJ Watt because now that he's entered the scene in the NFL, he's going to be someone that we all need to look out for. He may not be the next Joey or Nick Bosa, but he's going to be up there. He could be potentially just in the top 3 pass rushers in the league when it's all said and done this year. Next we have my Super Bowl pick of the year. Now, I know last year I wasn't buying the Tampa Bay hype, but this year I'm not making the same mistake. I'm not betting against Tom Brady. I think Tampa Bay Buccaneers will easily go to the Super Bowl, and I think they'll beat the LA Rams in the NFC Championship game to make it there. And sadly, the Super Bowl this year will be in Los Angeles, so as much as I would want the Rams to play in home field just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did last year, I just don't see it happening. And on the other side, on the AFC side of the ball, I see a rematch between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Only this year, I think the Buffalo Bills will actually go to Arrowhead and upset. Well, you can't really call it an upset because the Bills are a Super Bowl contender for most analysts nowadays. So I believe the Buffalo Bills are primed for this. I think Josh Allen will take his game to the next level, and they will for sure win the AFC East. That's not even a question. And I think they will beat the Chiefs and play the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. But I do think the Bucs win the Super Bowl and go back to back. And finally, we're here. As usual, every year I give you a small New York Jets prediction. Now, a lot has happened in the offseason. Adam Gase gone, good riddance. In comes Rob Saleh. We will see how he does. I have high hopes for him, but I also have high hopes for previous coaches and previous regimes. Joe Douglas is building something, but I am not 100% sold yet just because it's there on paper. It hasn't translated on the field yet. So until that happens, I can't really get too hyped as a Jet fan. Zach Wilson looked good in the preseason. Will that happen in the regular season? I sure hope so. Against Sam Darnold and Carolina Panthers on week 1, we'll see a lot. I don't think Jets will take a quantum leap this year. They went 2-14 last year. I think at best they will double the wins this year and they'll go 4-13. At best they'll go 5-12. But it's gonna be another hard-fought year and another long year for us Jet fans. They have pieces around, but I just don't think we are ready to win just yet. Talk to me next year. Maybe we'll have something. But yes, I will follow up with week 1 videos very soon. Until then, enjoy the season.